joining us here on Skyline tonight. And as you know, March Madness is upon us, and maybe the brackets aren't looking so perfect, but one thing that is the band. Can we get one more round of applause? We got a good show planned for you guys tonight, so kick back, relax, and enjoy this, all right?
Look at this hot deal. Wow, Pop, what a hot deal. What? And more hot deals.
Come into your Hy-Vee of Wyndham today and enjoy all these hot deals.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the very first episode of Skyline Tonight. Before we get started, I need to introduce you to a few people. This is the Magic Club that did a very good job featuring grooves from the 70s and 80s. The leading person is my main man Adam Smoothie Farag. On the drums we got Yannick the Toad Tade, and the man on the trumpet, you all know, is Isaac the Legend Tade. And we have Colin, more cowbell, Claire. So like I promised tonight, we have a very special show lined up for you. And to get started, I need you to help introduce a very special guest, Eric Hanson. Thanks for coming.
Oh, my pleasure.
Wow, we are very happy and very thankful to have you on the show tonight. It's quite the honor, the honor.
It's exciting, you know. It's one of these things that when we started, this is not where I expected to be.
No. Well, let's get started. We have a few questions for you. So just a little brief history. You're the English teacher here at Windermere High School, and then also in charge of Crew 22 and mass media. So from your point of view, what made you get interested in like mass media and that? What kind of got you started in that?
Well, interestingly enough, I first went to college. My plan was to be in radio and television.
Okay.
Things just changed from there, and I went and got into English and speech, and I mean the rest is history. But it's always been something I've been fascinated with, and ironically, this class started about 15 years ago with Mr. Tucci, and it was just a future technology in the future. That's really where everything's evolved from there. And so getting back into this, it just was the opportunity that opened up when Mr. Cray left, and then other teachers went through the program, and it kind of fell into my lap. And it's kind of bringing back everything that I wanted to do when I was in high school. So
Exactly.
Thoroughly enjoying the idea, the concept of mass media.
Well, so many kids, it seems like it's all about sports, competition. What would you say to kids who are a little unsure about Crew 22, mass media? Do I have enough time in the day? I'm in this sport, school. What would you say to them? How can they get involved and still be part of those extracurricular activities?
Well, I think first of all, you look at the people who are in mass media and Crew 22. We have athletes and speech competitors. We've had everybody across the board, different things that are exciting in their life and that keep them busy. So it's possible if you want it to be. And one thing we're trying to do, or I'm wanting to do, is expand beyond just the athletics and the obvious productions that we can put on. You know, the baseball games, the basketball games, the concerts, but trying to do things like this. I mean, this is the ideas of the students that are coming out to do Skyline.
It's perfect. Oh, somebody, like I mentioned, and you mentioned, you want to expand this. Why would you think mass media or Crew 22 or just production in general, why is that important where kids could spend their time in athletics, getting, I don't know, in shape? Why should kids be interested in this, and how is that going to benefit them in the future, would you say?
Well, you know, that's a good question because, it's not, we don't do exercises in calisthenics. It's not anything that we concern ourselves about for this class, so that might get more people involved in that way. But there is a lot of organization and time management that's involved in this. It's a commitment like any other activity. It's exciting, it's new, it's a new world, and it allows you to look at athletics and other activities in a whole different perspective. And to me, it's exciting to look at a basketball game or a football game, not from just I'm here, I'm excited, I'm with my friends and cheering, but to be looking at it from angles and looking at it from a commentator's perspective. It brings in a lot of things that you just don't get in the regular day. And like any athletic or activity that you would be involved in, it brings out something new within you.
Yeah, and you mentioned creativity. I mean, for kids who may not be as athletically gifted as others and who maybe aren't interested, it kind of opens a new door for them to express themselves or be creative in a different way than just running on a basketball court or whatnot. So very good answers. And we're going to go to commercial break real quick, but when we come back, we have some very cool segments for you guys to watch. So thank you, and stay tuned for more.
Welcome to the Bark, a perfect spot for your event. Ready to use brand new computer lab, full-size gym with basketball and volleyball nets, 650-seat auditorium with professional audio and video booth, meeting rooms perfect for your next business get-together. Bark of Wyndham.
Welcome back, and for you who are just joining us, we're going to be cutting to a little segment we like to call Questions of the Week.
Hey guys, can we get a question? No? Who are you again?
I'm Josh.
All right, Jake.
No.
I'm here with Wyatt.
Hey,
What are you playing right now?
Clash of Clans.
The question of the day, Wyatt, is if Mount Everest wasn't discovered, what would be the tallest mountain?
Mount Everest.
Clash of Clans.
Who's the Vice President of the United States? I'm here with Faith Willard again.
Hi.
Question today is, who's the Vice President of the United States of America?
Right now,
Yeah.
Biden. Joe Biden.
Wow.
Game,
And what
set,
does Washington, D.C., what does the D.C. stand for?
District of Columbia.
Wow. All right, I'm here with my buddy Tupac. And what does KFC stand for?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What about NASA?
I don't know.
What about USPS?
I don't care.
USA?
United States of America.
I'm here with Mrs. Simmons. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, and how are you?
I'm doing great. The question today is, if Mount Everest wasn't discovered, what would be the tallest mountain?
Mount McKinley.
It would still be Mount Everest. Even if it's not discovered, it's still the tallest mountain.
Wow.
Wow.
Something new every day.
Give me a hug. All right, thank you.
Earlier this week, we had the opportunity to catch up with some of the varsity coaches from both golf and baseball, and here's what they had to say about their upcoming seasons.
How do you prepare for the season as the head coach?
The last couple of weeks have been more the organizational, getting clothing orders, doing all that, but getting the equipment where it's supposed to be with being inside or outside, and kind of setting up the base, what you want the first week of practice to look like. And just watching the kids, honestly, just watching the kids do their winter sports and do the other things they do outside of baseball. It's just sit back and relax and watch them.
Give examples of your role as a role model for the players on your team.
Hey, that can come in a number of different ways. The athletic ability is one part of that. You need to show the athletes that you have the work ethic and the desire to play the sport correctly. And by modeling that for the student athletes, they can see, okay, he's doing this, I should do the same thing. Also, sportsmanship is very important. If I start yelling at an official or swearing at people or throwing my clubs, that would not be a very good role model for my players. So I have to make sure that I model good, positive behavior on the court.
And if you'd like to see the full interviews, tune into Channel 22. That wraps up our first episode of Skyline Tonight. Thank you all for coming out, and have a great evening. Thank you.